Hey everyone, welcome to another Pioneer video here on Magic Arena. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and there's a link to my Ko-fi account in the description. So if you're able to support the channel that way, it is greatly appreciated. So today we are playing some Dimir, and I'm not really sure how best to describe this deck. You could kind of say it's a bit like a control deck, it's a bit like a blink deck, it's a bit like a mid-range deck. It's kind of got a bit of all of it going on. But it did well recently in a recent MTGO League, so we are giving it a go. And it's kind of built around the old Quantum Riddler card from Edge of Eternity, so a 4/6 for 5 that has Warp of 1 and a blue. When it enters, draw a card. As long as you have one or fewer cards in your hand, if you would draw one or more cards, you draw that many cards plus 1 instead. Combine that with something like Essence Flux, where you can warp this in for 2, pay 1 more to Essence Flux it, get the ETB twice, and then it doesn't go away again, it just sticks around. So yeah, there are ways of kind of cheating it into play, getting lots of value off it. And this is something that's quite popular in Modern, kind of using Quantum Riddlers with cards like Ephemerate, which is a more powerful version of Essence Flux, but we play with what we've got. And yeah, I think even here, without the kind of rebound effect of Ephemerate, it's still pretty good. So yeah, we got our Quantum Riddler Essence Flux package, and that's kind of built into a Dimir mid-range controlling shell. So we've got kind of Shieldrids, we've got Thoughtseizes and Fatal Pushes and Go for the Throats, but also some just quite punchy flying creatures. So Ledger Shredder works quite well with what we're trying to do. Casting 2 spells, Quantum Riddlering and Essence Fluxing is casting 2 spells. A lot of cheap interaction down the bottom of our curve. So yeah, there are various things we can do to kind of trigger the Ledger Shredder. That not only works quite well with Shieldred, grows the Shredder, lets us do some card selection. So it's all pretty good. And then just some additional mid-range threats with cards like Graveyard Trespasser. So yeah, it's a hard deck to kind of pin down exactly what it's trying to do. It's kind of a combination of several different things, but it should be an interesting one. In terms of the mana base, so relatively high land count. I think we are looking at, let's have a quick look, it's 23 actually, which is, so yeah, a bit lower than a normally what you would expect in a control deck, but plenty of dual lands, a couple of Field of Ruin, just to help deal with particularly problematic lands the opponent might have, but also turns on Revolt for our Fatal Pushes. A few basic lands, a few utility lands, and a Hive of the Eye Tyrants as well in the sideboard. So yeah, this is where it kind of looks a bit more like a control deck, because we've got some additional counter. We've got some counter spells, Annul. There's a lot of good artifacts or enchantments in the format, so this is a good counter spell to have. As is Aether Gust for those annoying red and green decks. Duress is some more hand disruption. Unlicensed Terse is a good graveyard hate. Narset Parter of Veils, good control card. Go Blank is a good tempo play, as well as being kind of graveyard hate on a stick. Liliana of the Veil, another copy of that. That can be particularly good against particular opponents. Opponents who are trying to go all in on one creature. Enchantment decks, those kind of thing. Auras decks, rather. And then a couple of Oil Deep Gear Hulks. So yeah, this is again hand disruption, but comes with a kind of powerful creature attached. And the Ward 1 is not nothing, as we've seen with cards like Rafine. Actually, Ward 1 can be quite annoying. So yeah, that's another kind of mid-rangey threat that we can put into our deck. So yeah, looking at this, kind of my initial reaction is be interesting to see if it has enough kind of removal. It's not kind of a traditional control deck in the sense that it's not running any counter spells in the main. So yeah, it's kind of relying on its proactive threats, and we'll see how easily the opponent can answer some of those. And yeah, we'll go from there. So that's the deck. Thank you very much for watching. Let's take it on to the ladder. Consider is not nothing, but 5 lands is quite a lot, particularly given one of our cards is hand disruption. I think I'll keep it, though it's a marginal one. Okay, that's not a terrible turn 3 play, depending on what the opponent's on. Which does look like something like Phoenix. Yep. Yeah, I think I will take the Corey Steelcutter for sure. Don't really want that hanging around. Well, the Thoughtseize bug, once again. Proving itself to be the bane of everyone's existence. So I could play Shredder, but then it will just get removed by Lightning Axe. So yeah, maybe we just play a tap land and chill. Because without a target for that, they might struggle to double spell. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So they got three cards here. I don't love playing Liliana and starting a discard train rolling, because they can just discard Phoenix. But after that, they don't really have any good plays, so...
Nobody knows Dominaria. We all have things we'd rather forget.
Okay. Interesting that they got rid of the Cruise rather than the Phoenix. So yeah, we'll go again.
Drop it.
Yeah, I'll just keep passing the turn. Okay, now it's probably going to start popping off. And a treasure cruise that they can pick up. Kind of depends here on if they've drawn another land, which they haven't, so that's quite good. So yeah, I'll push that, keep Liliana going. Yeah, this is not looking amazing, to be honest, given what we're drawing. We're just drawing the wrong bits of our deck. Like a Quantum Riddler here would be quite good. Yeah, there's another Phoenix in the graveyard. Yeah, Quantum Riddler having 6 toughness is like really good against Izzet Phoenix. Looks like they've got another treasure cruise. Yep. So that's 3 they've drawn in their top 20 cards. Yeah, okay. Let's scoop this one up. They're going to go off with multiple Phoenixes. So I definitely want a null. I want Unlicensed Hearse. I want Go Blank. I didn't like Liliana there. I think she could go. I think Thoughtseize can go as well. Leave in a couple of copies of Duress. Shieldred seems decent here. Maybe I'll trim a couple of Shredders. Shredder seems a bit weak. I mean, they are doing multiple spell turns, I suppose, but it's a bit too easily removed. This hand's so slow. Okay, this is better. So, yeah, let's pop back a Duress. We've got our combo here. If we can find a third land, so... Yeah, we'll start here. I think we'll just take the Corey Steelcutter. like we could wait and just annul it, but I don't think that's worth taking the risk. Okay. Need that third land to be able to do Riddler plus Flux things. Yeah, we can annul that. That's pretty good. Great. Okay, there's our third land. So we'll play Quantum Riddler. We'll Essence Flux it. Okay, Profts is fine. These removal spells are looking a bit dead. If we had a way of emptying our hands, that would make drawing off Riddler much easier. Okay, they're gonna double removal spell. Which is fine, that's been pretty good for our card draw. Okay, I like Trespasser here. So I'll... doesn't really matter, I don't think. I'll just eat the Lightning Axe. They're going to be digging for something like a treasure cruise. Okay, well, they have the cards in the graveyard they need. Okay. Is this last card a treasure cruise? Doesn't look like it is. Okay, so I'm just going to hard cast a Quantum Riddler. Again, shame about the fatal pushes. Now, I suppose if I chocked that land in, if they do play a creature, then it could make a difference, but it doesn't look like they're going to, so... just play another Quantum Riddler. My 4/6s are too strong for your Lightning Axe. Okay, I'll keep Ottawa in my hand. Do they have the second spell? Yeah, you don't necessarily want to be doing that to a Riddler, but that's fine. Finally get these fatal pushes out of my damn hand. Okay, we'll start with attacks. We'll get them down to 6. Let's have a look. Don't think we need Field of Ruin. Okay, I think I will just go blank them here just to remove their graveyard. Destroys any chance of them treasure cruising. Cool. Okay, Quantum Riddler's doing good work. So yeah, I think I'll put the third Duress in and a couple of Thought Seizes now that we are back on the draw. I'll trim a couple of fatal pushes, they looked pretty bad there. And I think the intention is to just stop them steel cuttering wherever possible. Yeah, maybe I'll stick in an 8th August. Wait, no, I've got 62 cards. I'm not sticking in 8th August at all. I'm taking out a Shieldred. Yeah, this will do. It's not an amazing hand, but... Okay. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think this is a pretty easy steel cutter take. Interesting that they didn't want a prankster there. Do I want to take the talent or the prankster? So they've got 3 cards in their graveyards. This will help them fill it up. Artistant, I think, is more value over the long term, though. So yeah, let's get rid of that. These Essence Fluxes aren't doing very much until I hit Quantum Riddler. I don't feel like they want to tap out. No. Okay, I quite like Trespasser in this spot, so I'll play that. Can't be Mystical Disputed. Now they do have Treasure Cruise live if they hit it off the prankster, so... Which they did. Ooh, that is a spicy Anger of the Gods. Turning down 3 extra cards. I mean, they may already have a cruise in their hand, but... Huh. Interesting. I'm tempted to just attack. So I could play another Trespasser. That leaves it vulnerable to Anger of the Gods. But if they try and do that, I might just flux one of them away. Yeah, that is tempting, to be honest. Let's do that. Because this way I am also chowing down on their graveyard, so Treasure Cruise becomes much worse. Because they've got to be tempted to pull the trigger on the Anger here. No? Okay, they're double steel cuttering. Do they have the follow-up spell? Because without it, they're playing a highly risky game. Okay, well I'm going to flux that anyway. After they've discarded. I'm going to eat their Phoenix. The fun we have. Okay, I like Shieldred the Apocalypse here. So yeah, let's keep their graveyard vaguely under control. We know they don't have a cruise in their hand, but that's fine. Okay, this is hella risky on their part. That's 6, they go to 4. That's a land. Yeah, they're gonna kill their two new tokens here, but I'm not gonna block, am I? Good game. Marvellous. Yeah, I think played that third game pretty well there. Good. Ooh, this is a shame. If I hit a second land, the Riddler redraws would probably be fine, but don't really want to take that risk. Okay, I'll keep this. Probably just put back Flux. Okay, the opponent's on, looks like mono blue spirits. Mausoleum Wanderer, so they've got a good hand here. I don't think I've got a really good answer to Cryptic Coat, so I think I'll just take that. Okay, Quantum Riddler's not bad. Wish I'd kept that Essence Flux now. They've got like Geistlight Snares, it would be quite easy to interact with. No, let's just play a Shredder. It's a good blocker. Get it down under any counter magic. Hopefully they might tap out for like a Supreme Phantom here. No? Sure you can't be tempted? Alright. Then I shall simply attack. And say go. Oh, how dare you. Mausoleum. Excuse me. Mausoleum Wanderer. So their Ghostlight Snare is not turned on at the moment. So yeah, what's trying to get one card in my hand is probably quite tricky here. Well, actually no, because if I Fatal Push and then just play land, that's not too bad. So yeah. Okay, that's actually even easier now. So I'll start with Thoughtseize. Ooh, they've got Spell Pierce. Okay. I think I'll take the Curious Obsession. I don't really want them doubling up. But we will have to bear in mind that they do have Spell Pierce. And then we'll Quantum Riddler. Which will draw us 2 extra cards. Wow. Was it something I said? Okay, so the opponent's on mono blue spirits. Which I feel like our deck is probably quite well suited to. I mean, famous last words. So a null can hit Curious Obsession, but not much else, don't think. Aethergust, no. Narset is okay. Duress, yeah, no, none of these are particularly kind of like jumping out at me as brilliant. I don't think Liliana's very good, so I think I'll take her out. Pop in Narset. Oil Deep Gearhulk as a life linker. Don't hate that. But then they're quite tempo based, and well, they don't have Spell Queller because they're just mono blue. Go Blank. Is Go Blank any good to us? Don't think so. I don't love hand disruption here either. Well, it can hit Curious Obsession. It can hit a few other things. No, I am going to put in 1 Gear Hulk. Sue me. Ooh, this is a risky hand. But I kind of love it. Okay, no Curious Obsession is good. Do I want to wait? I don't think I need to wait. I think let's just start Riddlering now. Start drawing out some counter spells. No? Okay. I don't have a Flux, which is a shame, but... And yeah, if they've got like Supreme Phantom here, yeah, okay, that's not horrendous in terms of damage, but it is beginning to add up. So, yeah, just have a look at their hand. Oof, they really don't want me looking in their hand. Okay. Yeah, okay. Go ahead. I think I'm going to have a go at this Rattle Chains. Fine. Nice. Okay, well, I think we assume that they've run out of counter magic now. Yep. Oh, Essence Flux that. Got Big Man Riddler back. Ooh, that's hella aggressive. Okay, okay. So let's start with Shredder. What is holding priority here? Okay, that's fine because now I've got kind of free reign with my removal spells. So yeah, take out Shacklegeist. Take out Spectral Sailor. And say go. I'm not going to attack. Okay, I think let's plop a Shieldred down now. But still no attacks. I'm not quite there yet, I don't think. Want to gain a bit of life first. No, they are off it. Now these Quantum Riddlers are doing good work. Mythic and a dance battle. Can't possibly win. Ooh. Now, isn't this an interesting hand? 2 considers. Trying to find me another land. I've got my combo. I've gone wild. I've gone massively hubristic. I've won 2 matches and now I can't be stopped. Okay, so they've got... I'll take the Moon Circuit Hacker. It's the most annoying of their cards. Okay, let's find a land. It's not a land. Can I have a land? Yeah, I deserve this. Okay, well, at least there's a land. I was going to say, I got too big for my boots, though. Yeah, I may as well just snag their Shieldred here. And then kind of see if I can do some Quantum Riddler action next turn. Okay, not quite. Yeah, I might just pass. Wait with Consider. Obviously we are risking Kaito getting us now. Not yet, okay. Nope, give me a 3rd land. Still no 3rd land. There's a 3rd land, okay. Do I want this on black or blue? Probably blue, given what else we've got in our hand. Here we go. It's the Dimir Blinkathon. Boo! How dare you. Nobody likes spoil sports. Okay, well, we're building up to just being able to hardcast Quantum Riddlers, so let's play a Shredder. Fatal Push their Mockingbird. Here we go again. Do you know what? Because I know they've got Ottawa in their hand, which they can use to mess with my combo, I am just going to move my Shredder back into play. Ooh, it's hella tempting to just hardcast this. So I think this is just Mutavault sticking. And Ottawa. I mean, yeah, it could be Mutavault or it could be Ottawa. Yep. Yes. Number of opponents who concede when they see a Quantum Riddler. It's just villainous card, clearly. Okay, so they're on like Dimir, Aggro, / kind of tempo, Kaito stuff. And I don't... Yeah, that feels rough. I think I want Narset. I think I want another Duress. I probably want them more than I want Liliana. But I'm not loving my options here. Oil Deep, I don't think so. It's a bit too slow. Go blank. Go blank on the... Actually, I'm going to put a couple of go blanks in. In exchange for a couple of Shredders. Yeah. When they're on the play, maybe go blank's okay. Actually, now I'm still not. I'm not convinced. They just draw. I think they draw too many cards for go blank to be good. I want to hit. They get to choose, and I want my hand disruption to be my choice. Internal monologues brought to you by Nick Butt. I suppose it's not really internal because I'm saying out loud. It'd be a bit of a rubbish channel if I didn't. Okay, the opponent used the full sideboarding time there, which usually means one of either two things. They had a lot of difficult decisions to make, or they've gone off in a huff. A fit of pique, as they used to say in the 70s. Yeah, and it seems they have. The OP managed to sulk themselves all the way to Mythic. Okay, well, we'll chalk that one up as a win. The last time I kept 5 lands didn't really work out very well for me, and a Shredder with no follow-up I don't think is very good. Oh dear. No blue land. Really no actual plays until turn 3. Okay, well, this is going well, isn't it? So I think we are probably just going to hope for the best with a 1-land hand. Hello, opponents. Why do I feel like I know that name from somewhere? Ugh! Well, that's even worse. I've got a duress that didn't hit anything. Ugh. No. The pain is real. Oh, the pain's even worse now. Ugh. I mean, this is not really the deck that you want to stumble against. Maybe I'll just play it out for one more turn. Okay, I think we're down. So yeah, this deck doesn't run any mass removal in the sideboard, which I think may be a problem. Yeah. Well, let's trim our duresses, because they were heinous there. Oil Deep Gear Hulk is probably fine on the play. Stick one of those in. Yeah, I don't know. This feels like a bad matchup. I think the whole just durdling with Quantum Riddlers is fine if you're not under huge amounts of pressure. Okay, this is just about a keepable hand. It's not brilliant, but it'll do. Yep, one veteran survivor. I think I want a non Don't really want a colourless land. Let's do Thoughtseize now. Hold up, go for the Throat for next turn. Yeah, I do want Thalia's left hand hanging around. What's this do again? As long as the... okay. Well, it's quite good, eventually. But I think I need to go for the Throat there, Thalia, this turn. Then I'll play Oil Deep next turn, probably. Or maybe just Shieldred. Shieldred's not bad either. Yep, let's Shieldred the Apocalypse. Yeah, Lieutenant's pretty good, but they doesn't get them past my stuff for now. So yeah, this probably I think needs to die, but then I also want to kill Coppercoat Vanguard. So let's start with Consider. Ditch the land. Gain some life. Yeah, let's kill that before it potentially grows and gets beyond the point where I can kill it. And now I've got Essence Flux for my Shieldred, I feel a lot better. Wow. An outrageous performance. Yep. So yeah, these are going to keep growing. That's not a 5/4. I don't like it being a 5/4. I'd rather it wasn't a 5/4. So yeah, I'll take 5. Okay. So yeah, Oil Deep Gear Hulk. I could draw a card of my own here, but I think I'll just ditch the Recruitment Officer. Then lose some life. So there you go. This Lieutenant's now going to grow beyond the point where I can reasonably tangle with it, which is annoying. Yep. You know what? I will trade the Gear Hulk for the Extraction Specialist because it will gain me some life. Yeah, I don't love them gaining life either, but... Okay, that's pretty rough. So, I think I'll play Shredder. I don't really want to Essence Flux for no reason, just to do a double spell turn, but... Do I really have any other choice? I mean, I could take another 7, I suppose, and see what happens, but... I mean... Yeah, we're running on fumes a bit. Okay. Certainly getting their creatures off the top. Yes, it's all Oh yeah, now they can just tap that as well, can't they? I mean, yes, I can now Essence Flux it, I suppose, which is not nothing, but... Am I trading for that, for the bigger Lieutenant? Yeah, this is where the lack of mass removal really does hurt the deck. Should have blocked. Yeah. Well, little do they know I'm holding on to another Shieldred. Yeah. No, as I said, I thought that would be a rough matchup, and maybe the deck needs some kind of, yeah, like Path of Perils in the sideboard. Yeah, I think if I was to make suggestions to whoever created this deck, because it was not me, which is rarely ever me, then yeah, I would probably say, because yeah, it feels weak to aggressive decks, and yeah, I think the lack of removal, kind of board wipes, is probably a problem. Yeah, so I think, yeah, I'd probably maybe trim one of the annuls, maybe a go blank for a couple of Path of Perils or Extinction Events or something, just to kind of, yeah, give the deck a bit more resilience against what the opponent was doing, because like one Path of Peril there and I basically win the game straight away. So yeah, I think that is possibly what I would suggest if I were making amends to this deck. Just take out, maybe you don't even need the oil deep gear hulks, you just need a bit more interaction. Yeah, a couple of, because it's got a lot of hand disruption already. So yeah, maybe, yeah, this is what I would suggest. One go blank down, one annul down, both oil deep gear hulks. Put in a couple of mass removal spells, a couple more targeted removal spells, maybe like an Anoint with Affliction or something. And yeah, that'll probably be a slightly better sideboard, I reckon. But apart from that, the deck did well, and yeah, the Quantum Riddlers continue to kind of demonstrate their power, particularly when combined with ways of kind of cheating them into play. Yeah, on the whole, it was pretty good. So, good. So yeah, here's the deck list one more time. It's in the description as usual. As I say, I'll probably make changes to the sideboard, but I'll leave it as it is for now, as that was what was played in the video. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, contribute to the coffee account if you can. I'll see you next time.